In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve this word problem using matrices. John inherited $25,000 and invested part of it in a money market account, part in a municipal bond account, and part in a mutual fund. After 1 year, he received a total of $1,620 in simple interest from the three investments. The money market paid 6% annually, the bonds paid 7% annually, and the mutual fund paid 8% annually. There was $6,000 more invested in the bonds than the mutual fund. Find the amount John invested in each category. So I always like to start with the last sentence because that tells me what the variables need to be. Okay, so the variables have to be the amount John invested in each category. So let's let X be the amount that he invested in the money market. We'll let Y be the amount that he has in municipal bonds. And Z will be the amount in mutual fund. So we're going to need three equations since there are three unknowns. So let's scan through here and see what we have. Let's see. The first thing I always look for is an amount equation, like a quantity equation. If it exists, it's always going to be the simplest. So each one of these variables represents the amount invested in this, the amount invested in that. Do they tell us somewhere the total amount invested? All right, what's the total amount invested? That's the 25,000. So that means that the one equation will be X plus Y plus Z is equal to 25,000. Ha, that's too many zeros. Okay. All right, I see the random equation coming. All right, but right here, I see that he received a total of $1,620 in interest. So let's have an interest equation. All right, so they tell us the amount of interest he's going to get from each type of account. All right, are they all kind of in order? So it's going to be 6% from the money market, the bonds are 7%, and the mutual fund is at 8%. Okay, so remembering that when we do 6%, that we're going to multiply by what? Well, yeah, but what decimal is the same thing as 6%? How do I write? Right, 0.06. So the amount of interest we'll get from the first account will be 6% of the amount. So 0.06x, that'll be the interest from the first account. And similarly, plus 0.07y, that'll be the interest from the second account, from the municipal bonds. And then 8% from the mutual fund. So 0.08 times however much money is in the mutual fund. So that should all add up to the $1,620. Okay, so we have a quantity equation and an interest equation. The other one is just going to be one of those random equations that they just throw in for no reason. Let me highlight it. So let's see, that's going to be right here. 6,000 more invested in bonds than mutual funds. Okay, let's see. Bonds and mutual funds. So we're talking about Y and X. All right, Evan, which one of these has more money in it? Bonds, okay? Bonds have 6,000 more than mutual funds. So this one is more, okay? So to balance out this equation, what am I going to do? I'm going to add 6,000 to funds, okay? Because this one is less. If I want them to be equal, I need to take the smaller amount and add the extra 6,000, okay? So bonds, that was Y. So that means Y should equal Z plus 6,000. Make sense? So in standard form, this would be Y minus Z is equal to 6,000. Okay? So now I'm going to squeeze in the matrix equation. So it will be 1, 1, 1, 0.06, 0.07, 0.08, and then 0, 1, negative 1. Okay, and then we have the variable matrix, x, y, z, and that will equal the solution matrix, 25,000, 1,620, and 600. 6,000, yeah. Oops. Thanks. Okay, we need to label these matrices, so I'm going to call this matrix A, and I will call this matrix X, and I will call this matrix B. All right, what I write next is mandatory. Make sure you don't skip it. So our matrix equation is AX equals B. So that means, what am I going to write after that? Well, there's no B over A in matrices. Any other way I can basically write it? Right, so that'll be read A inverse. So A inverse B. That's as close as we can come to division with matrices. And that shows me exactly what I need to put in my calculator. Okay, so I'm just going to type this all in. Okay, so we'll go second matrix. We'll edit matrix A. Make sure it's a 3 by 3 matrix. And I remember the first row was going to be 1, 1, 1, so that's fine. That's very common. 0.06, 0.07, and 0.08. 0, 1. There's no negative 1? Let me just double check. 0, 1, negative 1. Okay, there we go. Okay, always quit your way out of a matrix. So boom. And then now I'm just going to quickly go back and edit matrix B. So I'm going to go down to matrix B. Make sure it's a 3 by 1. All right, what are these? 25,000?
25,000.
6,000? 1620. And then 6,000. Okay, so that was just matrix B. Okay, and quit your way out of that matrix. So, as we showed in the small amount of work that we have to show, we're looking for A inverse B. So I just want that to show up on my calculator screen. So if I go back to the matrix area and just hit enter, now I've got matrix A. If I hit this button, that makes it A inverse. Now I just need the B. So there's A inverse B. and this should be the answer. Okay, it's 15,000, 8,000, 2,000. Help me remember that for 2 seconds. Okay, it was 15,000, 8,000, and 2,000. Okay. So obviously this is X and this is Y and this is Z, but because this is a word problem, we have to put our final answer as like a sentence. So your final answer should look something like this. John invested $15,000 in a money market, $8,000 in municipal bonds, and $2,000 in a mutual fund.